Try your thing. Try the sound testing.
The spice must flow. They're making a Dune movie
Oh my god.
with Aquaman. What's his name? I think you're right. I think you're right. I think you were right.
Yeah, Jason Momoa.
Jason Mimosa.
Mimosa.
Jabrams Momoa.
JJ Brams. Gerbils. Jared Fogle. It's in the movie. So
Only some
stupid.
people would go see that movie.
God damn it, we're so stupid. How the fuck are we supposed to operate here?
Oh, it's
We
fine.
should have
I
been
got
recording this.
No, I got it.
Is
What
this
are we,
it? Is
we
it
do brands?
Is this part of it?
Are we doing brands? Are we spinning the wheel?
Oh
Wheel.
my God.
Are we doing the wheel?
So just
So a sound test.
So all right.
We
So
gotta
fucking
do a sound test.
no, we did it. We did it. Now this is it. This is
You
the
said
video.
it was failure.
No, this is it.
The
This
door
is
is
it's
still
begun.
open. We haven't.
We've done all we can
There's
to
nothing.
prepare to prepper. Pull that mic up into your business, and make sure that there's waves on the thing and we're good.
And just like that, it's time to begin the show.
Basically, so first of all, welcome to the podcast.
Welcome to the podcast.
And that's right there
And I'm Ben.
is where I'm putting
Fuck that up.
That's where I'm putting the music. It's all right there. That's where
What's-
it's going. That is now the intro. There isn't a video this time. We're trying new things.
It's different.
First of all, the audio quality should be better.
Yeah.
Because here's the thing. I've lost so much sleep over the stupid echoes and how terrible the audio quality was. And then I realized that when I look at other podcasts, when I look at like Tiny Meat Gang and H3H3, they've got their microphones like in their mouths basically, and I'm thinking, how's that freaking possible? Because every time I even look at this thing wrong, it spikes because the sensitivity is so high. The gain, the manual sensitivity on the microphone is set to 0 for me. It's so far down, but we've got this mixer, right? That blends our audio into one track so we can put it on the internet. I'm so stupid. I just
No,
adjusted
you're not
that
stupid.
mixer now. I've turned the mixer way down.
Okay, here's the thing. I should have already known this because I've had things like this explained to me by an actual sound producer that I used to do the other show
I
with.
spend the
and
whole-
I'm just dumb as fuck and I'm not helping at all.
We're on
Like,
episode 18. I spend 90 minutes a week staring at this fucking mixer with it turned up to the whatever. It's just knobs. I just had to turn the knobs. And I just thought, hey, what if I turn that way the fuck down so that I actually have to like be chewing on my microphone for it to pick up my voice, and then we won't have an echo anymore because Ben's mic won't be sensitive enough to pick up my voice anymore. Maybe that'll work. And we've tested it for 30 minutes now, and I'm pretty sure we're on the money. I think this one's going to sound great. I'm so
And if not,
so stupid. And if not, it'll be better next week. And this
what
one,
will we do?
try again.
We will go fuck ourselves.
Yeah, that's exactly right. We'll just go fuck ourselves. That's what we've come down to. Is that like we've put out such poor quality, and now I think we're just getting better.
Practically on purpose.
I you know what? It's crazy because really I have to, and I mean this genuinely. Thank you for listening. It's absolutely from the bottom of my heart, because
for sure.
I've had, you know what? I've wanted to start so many different
People
channels
have
and
said
ideas.
nice things to me.
Yeah. I've wanted to start shit like this for so long,
nice.
and it's always the fact that I couldn't get it right the first time has held me back, and I've always just been just hesitant, knowing that I was going to fuck it up. and I have fucked it up. I've fucked it up again and again and again and again. And this episode is going to be better, and next episode is going to be better. I feel like every episode has been better than the last one,
except
in one
the
way or
ones
another.
that were worse than the ones from before.
Except for the one where we said dicks 80 times.
Nobody even complained about it.
I've actually gotten compliments on specifically that episode. I post on all of my TikToks. I make a little boilerplate that I pinned to the top comment that's like, hey, subscribe to my YouTube channel and go find my terrible podcast. And I've had people on my TikTok say like, hey, we love your podcast, especially the episode where you said dick so many times.
Like, we wanted to talk about like the future of human evolution.
And we just ended up saying dick.
Going into it, we were like, we're gonna have an awesome conversation about robotics and such. And instead we were like, so what would you do with your robot dick?
And the fact that we thought it was going to be anything else just shows our hubris. So like this, like we're getting better and better. And
now that we've talked about how good this podcast is, do you want to tell everybody how tired you are?
Yeah, so like here's what's going on in my life.
This one's gonna be great. So listen, a few headers for this.
Just a heads up as to why you shouldn't expect much out of me today.
On the best episode yet.
So a couple of weeks ago, I mentioned how my sleeping schedule was all backwards, and I was like waking up at like 5 in the evening, and going to bed at like noon. Well, guess what, people? I woke up this morning at midnight, and by 2:30 a.m. was fucking Amber on all fours on the ground, and I was sitting on her back like a horse, but backwards, and she was carrying me to the podcast room, to this recording studio, so I could set up, just because we were just so tired, and we were just wide awake, and no idea why. We're just like crawling around on the floor. That's being good. Stupid.
That's healthy. Those are bonding moments.
And she's trying having a struggle carrying me, and she's like, she's a slow mare. I'm like, yeah, babe, you'll get me there eventually. What time is it? 2:30. And we're just dying laughing over how stupid and absurd our lives are. At 3 a.m., I recorded an episode of Reacteria, and then I went to work, and then I came home and edited it, and by 6 p.m., I had it uploaded, and it is now, what time is it? It is now 10.
Time?
It is now Adventures. It's now 10 p.m., and I slept for 30 minutes. I just took a little nap before Ben got here. I don't know what my schedule is. I don't know what my life is.
You'll be fine.
Everything, my whole world's in shambles.
You'll be A-okay. As long as we keep recording this once a week, we're going to become gods.
My God. And so we're just doing it. We're just powering through it. I went to my job today, and I did job today.
Why'd you do that?
Oh, man, beats the shit out of me. I was informed, so I'm a grad student, so my whole job is to go do research at this lab, and I was informed by my advisor that my next 16 weeks coming up are going to be the most difficult of my academic career, bar none. She was like, yeah, you've got like 3 or so classes, it's 9 credit hours. You need to be scheduling in 9 extra hours per class of work, because each class is going to be giving you about 200 pages of reading a week, and you need to write about at least 10 to 20 pages a week for each of the classes to summarize the reading that you did. Plus, you've got your independent research. I expect you to have at least 5 chapters on your thesis, like pretty much done by December. So far, you've got like 1.5, so you need to bolster, like that. So that's going to be like a couple hundred pages there. Just insane amounts of reading, insane amounts of writing. Oh, and also you're flying to Israel, and you're going to be there for a couple of weeks. So be ready for that.
It's like shitting myself just thinking about all that.
And it's just that's just what my life's going to be, and I'm going to have no time. And so she was like, you need to schedule everything. Because I was like, how the fuck am I supposed to, honestly, like, what am I supposed to do? I understand people get through grad school all the time. It's just a lot of reading and writing. I get it. But, like, I need to know how to succeed because I have fucking probably severe untreated ADHD.
You do have to schedule everything.
No, that's what she said. She was like, I know this sounds crazy. You need to schedule out when you're going to have lunch, when you're going to sleep. You need to write down when you're going to take 2 hours to, go to the bathroom and play video games for a minute. You need to schedule that in.
Yeah.
Because every single second's going to count. And so I need to have such a strict schedule for recording this podcast, for recording my own YouTube videos, for recording TikToks, schedule in editing time, schedule in time for posting, schedule in time for interacting with patrons and fans. Like it's every single second of my life for this next 6 months is just going to be fucking booked out. And then that's probably going to be the case for another year after that. But at least for this next 6 months is going to be the crazy busiest I've ever been. And I am so excited, genuinely, to see if I can step up to that challenge. But I am fucking stressed.
This fucking podcast, this fucking uncomfortable centric comedy style podcast.
You know what?
What's it called? Guerrilla style pranks. That's what we need to be doing.
2-ish hours a week.
Audio only guerrilla style pranks.
Made you listen, nerd.
That podcast was the prank all along.
Yeah, like, you know what? I can schedule in 2-ish hours a week to record this, and then 2-ish hours to edit it, and that's.
What if something happens to me and I fall down a hole?
Oh well, then it's over. That's when I'm not.
Friendship or the podcast?
Both.
Okay.
I ain't gonna fucking be friends with no Holman. First of all.
I'll get out of the hole eventually.
Yeah, but will the hole ever get out of you? Is the thing. You'll always be a whole person after that.
I was born a whole person. You've been friends with a whole person this entire time.
Son of a bitch.
Not a hole. Not WHOLE. The hole.
You were in a hole and you got some holes in you. Is what
I
it
have the void. We've talked about it on the podcast. I have the void. So. Speaking of talking about thing on podcast,
is it the topic?
It could be.
Before you do, really quick, one last update for the people listening.
Give them an update.
By next month, I've been saving up every penny that I can.
The fuck?
My goal, my plan is that by next month, by September, I should be able to buy a proper editing computer and maybe a camera. But definitely by October, I should have a camera.
They don't need to know that.
Well, I'm saying, it's like, I said a little while ago, I had that one contract that was supposed to work with it, and it fell through. It sucked. But like, I've been working so hard to make sure that this works, and so like, I really think that we can pull it off. And so like,
they'll be okay. You guys are.
We don't have an intro video today because like the intro videos are so freaking low quality and they suck so bad. So like. I'm holding out. I swear to fucking Glob, we're gonna pull it off. And like
Forrest, it's okay.
I pour my everything into this channel.
It's okay. You can't do this in the middle of the podcast.
I'm just telling you guys, man. It's gonna get better and better.
Oh man.
The topic. Tell me about the topic. Tell me about the topic. Speak more.
Tell me about that. Bring it. Come on. So I think you're fucking up the table.
Put that in your mouth.
Oh god.
Speak closer to the mic. We need to be in the mics today.
I'm in the mic. You need to calm your fucking tits, sir.
I will not.
You don't even, now I gotta adjust this.
My tits remain uncontrollable.
We have to fix this since we're doing it this style.
Yeah. You have nice shoes, by the way.
Yeah.
That's a way to take a compliment.
What brand are they?
They look like Pumas.
No, man, look at the little look.
Oh, they're Nikes.
They're Nikes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm not trying to be like weird and do a weird flex. Like the topic we actually had picked for today. was brand loyalty.
No shit, we had picked that top. This was organic.
Yeah.
I actually did just notice your shoes are very shiny.
Yeah. They're new. I just started wearing them. They were a gift.
Oh, that's awesome.
From a relative.
Well, they look lovely.
So which is interesting because that's this pair and the pair before them were both Nikes and they were both gifts.
Yeah.
And I'm slowly becoming a Nike person.
Nike person?
Because they're nice shoes.
A Nike man.
And I really, the topic of brand loyalty is super fucking uncomfortable for me because, and it should be for anybody really. And that's why it's so fun because if you think about it, everyone is loyal to some brand in some way. Not everyone. There are people out there who are like totally detached and like don't have materialism going on at all. And that's pretty cool. Most of us aren't like that. Most of us weren't brought up like that. We live in where we live.
Yeah.
We live in this society. So I think brand loyalty is like a really interesting fucking concept because of those reasons and because of a lot of other reasons. So like the shoes are good. They're nice shoes. But like Nike doesn't give a fuck about me. No brand cares about you. So like it's like I looked up Nike's net worth while we were chilling and like Nike is worth I'd have to double check, but it's over $30 billion.
Good Lord.
In 2021. So like Nike is not a person, right? So being loyal to a brand just fucking blows my mind. But like the concept of being loyal to a brand is ridiculous, but I am still paradoxically loyal to certain brands.
Well, it makes sense that like a certain brand would have a certain level of quality that you would come to expect, and so you would be loyal to that. Like that makes sense, right?
Yeah. That makes sense.
So where's the absurdity then?
The absurdity is the links that some people will go to only use a certain brand or goddamn it, or be part of a, like it's man. The absurdity is there.
You're talking about the people that like that dude who's like super into Arizona tea.
Yeah.
And like every article of clothing is Arizona tea
Exactly.
brand, and he has like his walls lined with cans and everything.
That's one extreme, but it's also just like, I mean, there's people that will only okay, like here's a perfect example. What originally made me even think of this when I was at work the other day. There's an Apple store where I work because it's the mall. So there's an Apple store and a guy came in and he said something about, Apple requiring masks.
Yeah.
And that's like, whatever, fine. And he was like, and I was like, yeah, they're a big corporate store. So like, I think corporate stores like because they're across the nation, they're across the board. They just enforce a certain policy all across the board. So they require masks in all their locations. It's not,
Yeah.
It just is what it is. I try to be like as neutral as possible and not be a jerk to people at work, but it's like, it is, those are their rules. And so he was like, so I told him they lost a customer and he was like, and I'm going to go get me a Samsung. And then he left. And that made me think like, okay, so this guy doesn't want to go to the Apple store and he wants to quit using iPhones, which is fine. You're allowed to quit using a product. Yeah, for sure, 100% support that. There are plenty of reasons to not support Apple as a company. They're horrible. They're horrible.
Do they outweigh using Samsung, though?
So if he goes and he gets this Samsung phone, which first of all, if Samsung had a store in the mall, I guarantee you Samsung would have a mask policy.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Right? So the first thing I thought of was like, I was like, Samsung just doesn't have the opportunity to enforce a mask policy on this person. So they think that Samsung isn't enforcing a mask policy on them.
Also, like, to your point.
And then secondly, like, it's the same people. They're just different.
Exactly. Yeah, I was going to say, to your point just a second ago, like, what a weird place to draw an ethical boundary.
This is what I'm saying.
If that's, like, fucking, they both use slave labor. They both destroy the environment. They're both horrible, corrupt mega corporations. They both make shitty phones. And we're just going to be like, yeah, but they can't fucking tell me to wear a mask. Like, that's where my fucking, I'll draw the line. There are children working their fingers to the fucking bone in your sweatshops.
It's fucking hilarious.
But how dare you infringe on my freedom face?
It doesn't stop there. It's pretty much, it can be like when it comes to these giant corporations, I think this philosophy that it almost doesn't even fucking matter.
Yeah.
can be applied almost universally.
You have an iPhone, right?
I have an iPhone.
I use a Samsung Galaxy.
I used to use only Android because I just liked it. I thought it was the better phone, and then I switched to iPhone, and I ended up really enjoying the interface and everything, and some of the features, and I've stuck with it since then.
I had an iPhone when I was younger, and then I switched to Samsung and greatly preferred it.
Yeah, that's kind of what happened.
That's the whole story.
Yeah, I like a new.
I tried the thing and I liked it better, and now that's what I use. That's the whole story.
Yeah.
No amount of fucking. I know how awful they are.
And they both have great cameras.
But exactly. And so here we are. I specifically the phone that I'm using now.
Which one is a smartphone?
They're both smartphones.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Which you
look
need
at that.
pretty much to get by.
The reason, if you look at my TikToks. My first 3 TikToks have really shit quality and the audio's bad because I was using a Samsung Galaxy 5 with a broken microphone, so I had to plug in the shitty pair of earbuds that I had that were third-hand iPhone earbuds from the 3GS, you know what I mean? And
the ones that came with it.
Yeah, and it's the quality sounds like my microphone's in a block of styrofoam. It's terrible. So the video quality's terrible, the audio quality's terrible. But my videos are doing well, and I was like, I need a better camera. So I bought this phone for that. This is the most expensive phone I've ever bought. It's a Galaxy S10e, and it is the most. I bought it refurbished for
nice.
$300.
That's a good way to go. Sometimes
we're now on the S20 fucking 5 or some shit. It's insane. This is still an old fucking phone. I specifically bought this one phone because it had the best camera that I could find and afford.
You should get that piece of shit Nokia Windows phone that's got the camera with the 50 gajillion megapixels.
I don't wanna.
No, I'm just kidding.
Okay.
It's just a thing I know about.
As long as I don't have to.
Cell phones. But yeah, and I guess brand loyalty is the concept I originally ran with, but you could take it all the way down to people just absurdly defending their preferences.
Right. That's what I'm saying is that the only reason I bought this phone is that it does one thing that I needed for my career, and the only reason I'm sticking with Samsung Galaxy is because I'm familiar with it.
Yeah.
If you could get me an LG phone that had a 10 times better camera, I'd fucking just switch because that's what I want to put on the internet. Yeah. And pretty soon, when I buy an actual proper camera and everything, that won't be even necessary, and I won't care at all. And I'll probably buy a fucking flip phone. You know what I mean? It's fine. So it's just the only reason I have this is to build internet content. That's the only reason.
That's it.
If you like my YouTube videos, they're all shot and edited on my fucking Samsung Galaxy S10e. There's your fucking marketing for the thing.
It's a piece of shit.
So when you're so when you're looking at my videos God, these are fucking, the quality is just the worst. That's why.
My phone is also a piece of shit. And what
is it?
It's an iPhone 8 Plus. I love it.
What brand? What version of iPhone are we on now?
8. Oh, now the 12 just came out,
there
maybe, and the 13's about to come out. I don't know. I don't pay that much attention. I just whenever I have the money and the time and everything's all together, I go buy a new one.
I'm gonna look it up. I'm gonna look up newest version of iPhone and newest version of Samsung.
I know
Galaxy.
I know that both of them for the best versions are over $1,000.
I fucking just Google search newest.iPhone and it's trying to use it like a web address and it's fucking confusing. God damn it.
I just don't know if the delirious dude should be over here Googling.
It is. It's the iPhone 12, it looks like, is the newest one.
Yeah, the 12 Pro Max or whatever.
Newest Samsung Galaxy phone.
I think it's the 20.
Is the 21.
Oh.
And then they've also got the Z Fold.
Well, I don't like these fucking Here's the thing. I'm going to say it. The Z Fold, is that the one that's a tablet and it folds?
I believe so.
I used to sell smartphones. Take my advice. You do not want a smartphone with moving parts.
That makes sense.
You don't want to. It's already a fucking. If you break
I'm sure at some point it will be good.
It's a great phone from what I've seen, but fuck all that. It's like a phone with a bending screen. Why would I? Yeah. So I bend it too much on accident and it finally snaps like a glow stick. Oh, it looks pretty.
Well, it has that cool teardrop thing, so it never actually creases. You know what I mean? It's got that.
Really cool, but we're talking. So yeah. So I mean, I don't know. I'm sure if you thought about it, you could name some brands that you prefer.
Yeah.
But I don't know if you would support them in an insane fervent way.
I wouldn't at all.
People do this shit with everything. It's like it goes to sports teams. It goes to fucking, which at least there's some sort of like rivalry going on. You can kind of understand it.
Right.
Like, I want my team to beat your team. Blah 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 blah. That makes some sense. Like, if I'm playing a game, I'm rooting for my team. If we're playing online, obviously.
Yeah, just
but
for,
like,
fuck rival team.
Yeah,
go sports team.
As we said before, other team lose, no point.
Yeah.
But
win a score point, team.
But like, when you have people that are like fucking like going at it.
Yeah.
About like Taco Bell versus Taco Bueno.
I've seen people get actually fucking mad
like
over who has like the best chicken sandwich and shit.
Oh,
like, is it Popeyes or
we saw
Chick-fil-A
people
and shit.
lose their minds about chicken sandwiches.
People fucking stabbed each other over the fucking Popeye sandwich last year.
I'm not surprised.
That's a real thing. People tried to take each other's lives.
Yeah, I'm no longer surprised
over some spicy
by that,
fucking
but I
chicken.
am still disappointed. It's like this year when there's a big Black Friday craze and everybody fucking kills each other. I'm not gonna be surprised, but I'm gonna be disappointed.
I went.
Again.
You know what, dude? For real, I went Black Friday shopping one time.
Don't ever.
When I think I was like 22 or 23.
That's, if you're gonna do it, that's probably the best time when you can physically combat other shoppers.
Yeah, well, because Amber and her family used to go every year, and she told me stories about it. Like, she was like, "No, I got fucking elbowed in the face when I was 8 years old because I was reaching for a blanket that an old woman wanted," and I was like, "You're fucking kidding me," and she fucking wasn't. And like, I remember seeing those news stories of people being trampled to death, and I'm like, how is that fucking possible that you want a fucking TV so fucking bad that you are willing to step on another person's head to get to it, and you and 500 other people, and like that? And I actually went out and saw it one time, and people were it was in Oklahoma City, and people were actually fucking literally physically violent at Target, and I can't.
Yeah, you were like,
I
what
feel
the
like
fuck?
I looked into the abyss.
Yeah,
and it shook me to my core. It's just, it blows my fucking mind, man.
I've worked a lot of Black Fridays.
My first day, actually my first job, my very first job, and my very first actual day was Black Friday.
That's stupid.
Yeah. It was weird, but it was at like a grandma store, so like nobody. It was fine. It was just busy. You know, nobody was crazy. I was just busy.
It was just like a lot of people just like shopping.
Yeah, so my first job was
when a lot of people are shopping. You're trained to handle that. You're not trained to handle people like fucking stabbing each other in the parking lot and being like, "I got the Xbox."
Exactly.
And it's like, dude, you're going to prison. You don't get to play the new Halo. You're going to prison.
My first job was selling selling suits at a place called Steinmart.
Is there a thing called Stoot that
probably
in the world?
Probably. If there isn't, we'll make them.
Have some Stoots.
Yes. Delicious.
Stoot.
They cook your dinner and they wash your clothes. So I worked at this place called Steinmart, which was like, I guess, Ross, but for old people and like just the whitest of people's clothes. You know what I mean? And so like it's all the old Ralph Lauren, corduroy, Nautica, fucking Izod, and just, it's all these like designer brands that are just like chuggy and the things you wear on a yacht, and they are the shit that didn't sell anywhere else, and so they get shipped to Steinmart to be sold at a massive discount. So it's like Ross basically, but for these Ralph Lauren polos and things.
Yeah. And
so I sold suits there. That was my first job. I did it for a few years. And like my first day, they were like, "All right, well, Black Friday's coming up, so we just go after that." And I was like, "No, let's do it."
Ass ready.
No, they were nice. They were gonna put me on like in December, and I was like, "No, I want to start now." And like they're like, "Okay, dude." And just imagine, little skinny.
I don't have to.
Exactly. Yeah. You know me. Me in junior high, real skinny kid with a ponytail, wearing a suit and tie and just hanging out there like, "Can I interest you in some blazers?" And I'm like, just out there in this fucking store.
It was adorable.
And it was just a bunch of fucking grandmas buying things for their grandkids, and they had like the collegiate section where you could go pick out OU or OSU polos or golf shirts. Oh, aren't you daring? Is your golf koozie gonna have orange or red?
Yeah, okay.
What side are you on? And that was like the most dramatic shit that we had going on there.
Okay. So let me tell you about fucking selling phones.
In the mall. Yeah, tell me about it.
No, not in the mall. Black Friday in the mall isn't that bad. You just get an occasional rude customer.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there's
I would
a
assume
lot
that would
of
be
people.
the worst.
No, because most of the customers shopping in the mall around Christmas time actually, like, they're just generally, like, a lot of them are in a hurry, a lot of them are impatient, but they're also coming in and they're buying a lot.
Okay, yeah.
And they just want to get it done and get it over with. So as long as you can keep up the pace, it's not so bad. There's always people that are fucked up.
Yeah.
But it's worse. Like Radio Shack was the worst.
Mm-hmm.
Like Black Fridays, because people would just be waiting outside at 7 a.m. And that was also, I worked at a time when Black Friday was kind of like the worst it was in America. Because it's actually kind of chilled out. Because I think shoppers are fucking also getting tired.
Yeah. Yeah.
And retail workers are getting tired, and everybody's tired except for the, like, you know, the shareholders.
Yeah. They're fine.
They're fine. But like, you know, Black Friday can be intense. Fucking
I imagine so.
Like, it was like activating phones. Like, we would have one dude activating phones, and then 3 people would be selling phones, and then we'd have another dude activating other phones in the back, because we were selling that many fucking phones. Like, it was dumb. And like, you're doing so many that like activations aren't going through because we're overloading AT&T servers.
Nice.
And people are like, it's not working, and we're like, it'll work later.
You must have faith in the towers.
You must believe in the towers. You really should have faith in the towers. Those things are crazy cool.
Well, it's fucking like.
And this is the thing. This brings me. This actually conveniently. I don't mean to cut you off.
No, you're fine. You're fine.
Conveniently brings me back around to what I originally wanted, or one of the things that I find so fascinating is that, like, brand loyalty is obviously ridiculous and stupid.
Yeah.
If you're taking it to that extreme where you're like, I want this brand to fucking sleep with me at night and cuddle me to bed, you're stupid. You're being stupid. They don't care about you that much. They never possibly could, even if they tried. Even if they tried, they wouldn't be able to actually fucking care about you.
Yeah.
As much as you're caring about them. So just cut it out. It's fine to love a brand. It's fine to buy their shit. But cut it out. And the reason I think it's fine is because...
Insert that meme. Michael Jordan, stop it. Get some help.
Get some help. The McDonald's commercial.
Yeah.
Don't do drugs.
McDonald's.
Charity.
Buy 10-piece chicken McNuggets.
Now we're just copying off of fucking shit that's been done. But like, it's fine. It is what it is. You have to do it. We've talked about how like half the studio is Amazon products before. Like, we live in that world, and that's the problem. Is we do like live in a world where like almost everything that we do wouldn't really be possible without these fucking horrible companies, at least at our current, the way we are right now. We cannot, like, if we took away all of this horrible shit right now, everything would stop.
It's impossible to be a good person, really, because you have to live in this way. You know what I mean? If that's the thing, is that, like, you know, I think we've talked about veganism before and how it's like not like the morally superior option.
It's great, yeah, but it doesn't actually, like, it's not.
Yeah,
Go ahead, sorry.
It uses the main replacements for meat are soy, peanuts, and wheat, which are the most common food allergies. So, you know, a lot of people can't even do veganism. The people who can, it's prohibitively expensive for a lot of people. So, like, yeah, the meat industry fucking sucks.
I'm coining a term. It's the square one problem.
Right.
Where a lot of these big world, complicated big world issues have this thing where it feels like every solution is a square one problem.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
it's just it's fucking.
It's what do you do?
Like, is the meat industry in this country fucking disgusting and terrible? Absolutely. Does veganism fix it? No, it doesn't. It doesn't work for a lot of people, and it's the same. You know. Is Amazon fucking evil and bloated and terrible? Yes, it is. Are you going to be able to buy a vacuum cheaper? Nope. You're sure not. So, like, you go... Walmart. I fucking hate shopping at Walmart. It's really bad. They're a disgusting corporation that took out dead peasant policies on their employees. I don't support them. I wish they'd fucking go away. Is there a place that I can find TP for cheaper? Nope. So I'm going there. I'm just going to get what I got to get. Or I can go to fucking Amazon, right? Like, the only thing like that I can say that I do right, I suppose, is that I go for produce. I go for like local international groceries. The fucking we were talking about it a little while ago. There's a place.
Yeah, shopping local is cool.
Yeah, there's a place here in town.
It is going to cost you a little bit more.
There's Supermercados Morelos, which is a
awesome.
Mexican grocery store, and then right across the street there's a place called Asian Mart, which is all just various Asian cultures all together, East Asian, and that's where I go and get the vast majority of my produce because it's locally sourced, it's immigrant owned, and like no joke, dude, a pound of chicken legs is 58 cents. I came home with 4 pounds of chicken legs the other day for $2.50. Unbelievable. That's less than the shit that you're gonna get at you get one.
Is that like with the increase in all the prices?
That is with tax and everything. Yes,
because like the price of meat right
prices.
now, the price of meat right now is like going higher.
For fucking
higher.
$2.50, you would get half a pack of Tyson tortured chicken at Walmart. So like the prices are great, and I'm supporting
Tyson tortured.
Yeah,
like that should be their slogan.
These
chickens aren't just chickens.
They're Tyson tortured chickens. You can taste the sadness. Fucking
sometimes you can.
But like that's the benefit to buying local is that sometimes you pay more for some things. Usually you're going to pay less for the things that'll shock you, and you're supporting local businesses. But I can't do that with everything. I can't buy sound foam from fucking Morelos. I can't fucking buy the microphones that I need and like the pants that I need and the fucking oil for my car from Asian Mart. I can't do these things. So like I have to live in this shitty society for most of the things in my life. And I can do it better with some of it, but not with all of it. And if I did it right with everything, I would be broke and I would accomplish absolutely nothing for myself or for the greater good. It just wouldn't work. I'd be one dude. It's not going to do unless we all change, nothing changes. And if we all change, we're still in a shitty new situation where nobody has the things they need because capitalism has ruined the whole structure. We have to start from scratch, which
That's
I'm for.
the only way to do it, man. But starting from scratch is not functional.
That's what I'm saying. I'm for starting from scratch. No fucking idea how to even begin doing it. So
you
like,
have to start over with a new generation.
Yeah,
you'd have to. It's like one of those things, and you'd probably also have to be a dictator. So I don't know. Like you'd have to fucking like take the authority of the entire nation into your own hands and just ruin people's lives.
It
and
would
do
be
what was good for them against their will.
Right. That's the thing is that the whole argument of I could bring complete peace and order if only I had absolute power and was able to do all these horrible things, and then I could be fine. Like that's the paradox.
Everything is fucking hypocritical.
That's what makes a good villain story. It like the fucking like Sauron from the Lord of the Rings.
Okay.
Sauron's whole bit when you read the things about him, when you read the books, his whole idea was that he wanted to make a world that was like orderly. He thought that there was too much chaos, too much death, too much destruction, too much injustice, and he knew that if he was just in control of everything, everything would be in order. And so that was his motivation. And so he's like got a good idea, good belief, a good motivation with a horrible idea behind it, a horrible plan, horrible methods. His idea of order isn't what anybody else wants. And like that makes it an interesting villain. You know what I mean? Because it's true. If you had complete power of everything and everything ran exactly the way you want it, more than likely a lot of things would be better. You'd be able to streamline a lot of things. But also, you have to realize that there'd be shit that you couldn't anticipate, and that would be fucking worse. You know what I mean? And that's crazy to think about. It's so cool. I like philosophy this way.
Philosophy is fun.
I like to tinker on ethics and things.
That's the problem, though, is can you even be fucking ethical?
In today's society?
Yeah.
Man, I don't know.
You can try, but your ethics are almost limited to your immediate sphere of influence.
Yeah.
Which that's not even. I'm not even saying I'm not. Hold on. Let me re-say all of that.
Yeah.
Your ethics are limited to your immediate sphere of influence, and if you're a fucking president of a country, your sphere of influence is much greater. But to get that big sphere of influence, you probably made your ethics a lot smaller.
Yeah, so you probably did some unethical shit to get there.
You probably.
Yeah.
Shrunk your ethics.
Sure.
Ethics shrinkage. Like
patent pending, ethics shrinker.
Ethics shrinker.
Buy it on my Etsy shop.
So like, I guess, can anybody ever do anything to escape this reality?
Man, if there's a way, I don't know it. And like that's what the damnable misery of it is, that like, you know, I buy, so like the shoes that you were wearing right now are Nike. And as we talked about at the top of this whole thing, like there's a horrible company, sweatshops in China.
And I am becoming a Nike person.
And you're fucking loving it. I wear combat boots every day, made by Altama, which is the contractor that makes the boots for the United States military.
Oh, so, good.
Yeah. So I wear leather.
They're good boots.
They're
right?
phenomenal boots. They're $200 a pair, and I buy one pair every like 4 to 5 years.
Damn.
And that's my life, and like that's great. And so like that's what I do, and I am now supporting this defense contractor essentially, which supports a military that I find unethical. So like, is that any better or worse?
He's a piece of shit. Everybody, put in the comments, piece of shit.
Put it in the comments. Like, comment, and subscribe if I'm a piece of shit. But like, that's the whole fucking like. Is that any worse than you buying Chinese sweatshop Nikes?
If I'm a horrible person, please like and subscribe.
Is it better to buy the fucking slave labor shoes, or is it better to find the boots that people fucking use to go shoot brown people on the other side of the world? Like, what's better? What's better? Honestly,
what's better?
It's like oh my god,
we all benefit from a horrible world.
I was talking about the military earlier on today. There's a bunch of companies now, Target and Walmart are both coming out and saying that they're now like going to cover like 100% of your tuition for college and shit. Like Target said, like they will pay for your bachelor's degree at certain universities, and they will even give you credit towards a master's degree on certain universities. And
okay.
So like,
I know a little bit about how that works.
Do you?
Yeah, they're only going to further your education if it's going to further your career goals at Target.
See, I'm that may be the case.
You would if it's like any other program like that I've either looked at or almost been a part of. That's how it will go.
I don't know.
You have to sign a piece of paper saying that I don't know if you sign. Yeah, I think you do. When you get to the point of actually going, but basically like they're like, yeah, we'll pay for your college as long as you make sure you work here for like 5 years,
right?
And that type of shit.
But like the thing is,
this position at this pay,
yeah. But that's the Army though. The biggest draw, because like the Army recruiters were at our high school.
And get out of this whole thing,
right? The Army recruiters were at our high school every single day.
I don't really mean that.
No, well, like that. Well, that's the case with all of it. That's the case at Target too.
It's so. Maybe you'll die on Black Friday
and get out of this. If you get trampled to death, your contract is void. But like,
it's actually not.
The Army recruiters came to our school every single day, and they were like, "You can get out of Oklahoma. You'll be out of this little small town, and you get to go to college, and you get health care, and all the things that we ask for." And the politicians are like, "No, you can't do that." That's what the Army promises fucking 16-year-old kids, to get them to sign up to go get their nuts shot off for some oil company's benefits. And so fucking the like that's what the Army recruiters are always saying. Now that Target and Walmart are offering the same thing, Army must be pissed, because now that's one less incentive to have these poor kids go sign up to be fucking government pawns. And like that's the thing. Like I've said before, I find the military to be incredibly unethical. I support soldiers tremendously. I support veterans tremendously. It's not their fucking fault. They did what they had to do. They did what they were told. I get it. But like the way our government treats them and uses them is deplorable. And so now we're taking away one of those benefits by giving them maybe some free college at a fucking shitty corporate job. And I'm trying to wrap my head around the ethics of that. Is it better? Or is it more of almost the same?
Well, that's a whole complicated issue too, because we have to figure out do we think it's good for is it good for companies to be able to offer tuition and shit like that? And then secondly, do people even need to be going to college?
I would say yes to both.
I know that a college education is worth pursuing, but a lot of people fucking don't need to waste their time pursuing a degree. They need to go to trade school and not go to fucking
And
university.
I should also clarify. I'm not trying to compare working at Target to going to war. What I'm trying to compare is like, here's this one horrible unethical industry next to this other horrible unethical industry that are unethical in totally different ways. One is destroying lives for fucking this thing. One is destroying economies, which is also destroying lives, which is, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
so like,
I think if you
I should clarify there, because I know someone's going to take that and be like, oh.
I think that if you think that we can't tell the difference between Target and military service, then you probably shouldn't listen to this podcast. Because you're not going to understand most of all the doublethink that we have, because we grew up here. So
oh man. But no, you're right. Like
they're very similar.
The whole idea of being like loyal to a brand or like representing a brand for free.
And like, at the risk of letting you segue us into a fucking tirade about the military that you kind of already got to go on.
A little bit.
I mean, like, there is no bigger brand loyalty than that of the American people to the United States military.
Or just to the United States in general.
But I'll take
patriotism
I'll
is brand
take it
loyalty.
To the military, though. I think you can bring it down to the military and say it's still like, you could go into like almost any store here and you can buy Army hats.
Yeah.
You can buy Go Army hats with patches on them.
Yeah.
Like, obviously not a real Army hat. If you served, you have real fucking like
an actual uniform,
and badges and pins and memorabilia that actually mean something.
Mm-hmm.
It's really annoying. Like, a lot of people. Because, and it's true. So like, I'm segueing fake valor, right? What is it, right? Stolen valor.
Yeah.
Thank you. You always see these videos online of people like harassing these dudes, which rightfully, they a lot of times deserve it. But then I've actually seen a couple times in the mall I work in where somebody starts to try to fucking call somebody out for stolen valor, and the person is legit.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just like, man, that must be like really annoying, because like, it's like somebody who hasn't done much yet.
Yeah.
Like, they're like, yeah, I haven't been deployed. Like,
yeah.
I'm just doing like this thing I have to go do, because they walk around the mall in their fatigues all the time, because they got 10 minutes.
Right.
In whatever area they're in. It's just like, it's so weird to see that, like, because I know a lot of times it's real.
Mm-hmm.
Usually when somebody's really calling somebody out, though, it's somebody who's served.
Yeah.
And so they can tell the difference.
Yeah.
But like, and then like, there'll just be these like weird fucking fat dudes in the mall that are trying to like be like, where'd you serve? And the kid's like 19 and he's like, I haven't done anything yet, sir. Please, I'm buying a teddy bear for my girlfriend. It's like, fucking leave him alone.
What?
It's so weird.
Yeah.
But like, I think the military has massive brand loyalty.
That makes sense.
The military is also in all kinds of things. They make video games. They make movies. Nobody really knows about that.
Yeah.
I mean, fucking brand endorsement in movies is a whole different can of worms, too.
Oh, yeah.
We are definitely subliminally taught to like things.
Brand fucking noise and like it's advertisements and movies that should take a little break. By the way, this episode of the podcast is sponsored by blah, blah, blah. If we were gonna have an ad read, that'd be the perfect place for it.
We will eventually we will sell out.
Oh yeah, no, we're gonna be
stadiums.
We're gonna be total whores, man. It's gonna be great.
Live shows would be fun,
dude.
And we'll sell T-shirts and we'll build a brand, and people will become loyal to that brand. And are we fucking demons from hell?
No. Yeah, but like the difference is
who's making the shirts. I don't know. Like,
the difference is if we had employees, those employees would have benefits.
Yeah, those employees would have benefits, but are we gonna have employees that we pay fucking $16 an hour to make T-shirts at a screen printing company for us?
Maybe. No, it's no. The answer's no.
It is closer to like maybe than it is for some people.
We'd outsource to a company. We're not gonna own a screen printer. Like I don't know, man. I'm just not gonna like.
And we'd have to outsource. Do we ethically outsource?
Yeah, how?
Do we do our best to ethically outsource, but sometimes we can't because these people make really cheap shirts?
Right. That's what I'm saying. It's
and
like
we're trying to make a profit on this shirt.
Yeah, this one, I get $3 in profit per shirt, and they pay their employees pretty well. This one, I get $15 in profits in shirts, and they're a normal shirt company. Is it? You know what I mean? Like it's. If they were whipping their employees, but I made $20 in profit, I'd say, okay, you know what, though, we'll avoid the whipping. But if they're just a normal-ass company, like, fuck, man, is it any better than anything else? And, like, I really do try. I really, really do try to pay a little bit more, to take a little bit of a hit, to make things a little bit better. I really do put in the effort. But, like, I can't do it all the time. I can't do it with everything, and I can't fucking afford it half the time. So,
it's
like,
almost like
if I'm
politics,
broke, I'm going to be fucking evil because I'm broke.
Right? Like, you can break it down the same way you do politics, which is, like, a lot of people feel like the amount of time, and it's true, a lot of people feel like the amount of time and research that you need to put into understanding what is going on politically is almost impossible.
Yeah. Yeah. You would eat, like, the people working at the Capitol every day don't know everything that's going on.
How could they?
So, like, just if
How
you
many
fucking
people are in this country?
Precisely. So, like, unless
When
you
you're managing
are
that, even poorly, you're managing it.
Yeah.
Like,
Unless you are a journalist who covers this for a living, you don't know you don't know shit. And even if you are a journalist who covers this for a living, you're still only covering one scope of it, just your viewpoint and just your area of expertise, and there's more to it that you don't get. And, like, just fucking it's so fucking convoluted and tangled and nonsensical that it's impossible to follow. It's impossible to keep up with. It's impossible to get ahead of. It's impossible to keep a fucking eye on. It's impossible to keep track of. It's impossible to fucking be able to be a functional participant in an ethical society when it's this fucking backwards and confusing and corrupt. It's hard, man.
The only way to do it almost is to break so far above. You have to get into the middle of the middle class, right? Tax bracket. And then you can kind of start to live comfortably enough and have enough leisure time. If you're not stupid with your money, you can have enough leisure time to work on something like actually helping people.
Yeah.
And while that system has potential to work, I find it incredibly impractical and disheartening. Like, it's like the Bill Gates Foundation does a lot of amazing work, right? With vaccines and all kinds of stuff. It's really cool. It's really awesome. The amount of bad shit that had to happen before he could even pull that off is it's breathtaking.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. So I mean, like, what do?
There's just no way out.
What do?
There's just no way out.
What do?
There's no good
I
way
want to
work.
be a good person, and I want to change the world. It's all I've ever wanted to do. I also wanted to make a tidy little pile of money.
Yeah.
And stick that in the bank, and I wanted to raise a family, possibly.
That'd be nice.
And just live my life with somebody and be happy and create things. That sounds fun. And give other people opportunities to create things. That seems like something I could maybe do.
Right.
And somehow I wanted to shift the balance from evil to good.
It's just,
Oh,
you just want to go about the business of being a human. And that's really fucking tough to do in this world. And on that
that's depressing.
incredibly depressing note, thank you so much for tuning in.
Everybody, put in the comments what brands you're loyal to.
Do you have anything else you want to throw in on this before we wrap it up? Do you have a closer?
I mean, just that fucking modern society is an undecipherable mess of fucking constant ethical dilemmas that are impossible to navigate.
Yeah. That's really what it comes down to. I think it was the that show The Good Place. Which, by the way, phenomenal show. I haven't seen the last season that's only on like the special season streaming service and everything, but like they really did a fun job of not only is it fucking hysterical, but also like they actually did broach some really cool ethical questions, which I really liked. And one of them was, is it possible to be a good person in today's society? Is it possible to, metaphorically get to heaven just living the best you can today with, the world that we live in, where we have more slaves today than ever in the transatlantic slave trade? Like, that's a true statement that, like, we just live in this world and nobody does anything about it. And it's just, here we are. And the people who do stuff about it are completely unrecognized. So, like, so it's hard. It's really fucking hard. And man, there isn't an answer that I don't have a clean answer. I just don't. The only thing that I can say is just my completely fucking quixotic and idealistic fucking, we need to step it up. We need to do something. We need to fucking force the government to make better decisions, to be better. And here we are at the same thing. I'm sitting in a fucking room in Oklahoma. I'll get there eventually. But right now, what can I do? What can I do besides just fucking try to survive? Honestly.
I don't know, man. I got a hankering for some Taco Bell.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
I don't know. And these are comfy shoes.
Yep. And here we are. And another thing, just really quick before we wrap up, don't fucking donate when you're at the checkout and they're like, hey, you want to give $1 to the children's hospital? Don't fucking do it. Don't fucking do it because it feels good, doesn't it? Oh, I gave $1 to children. No, you gave $1 to fucking Walmart to give to the children's hospital. So Walmart writes that off on their taxes. So you don't write it off on your taxes. Walmart does. Walmart, because it's $1. Why are you going to write that off? What are you going to do?
Well,
but
all the time.
Walmart raised billions of dollars off of everybody's $1, and then they write it off, and they now are actually making more money than you donated. And you could just actually go donate to that hospital.
Man, it would be really cool
if
they did that, but then they were like, so this is how we do it, right? They explained it like that, like you just did, and then and then we're gonna take that extra profit and pump that into the foundation as well.
Nope.
But no,
they're gonna use that extra profit to buy their own stocks
themselves.
Yep, exactly. They're gonna use that profit to buy their own stocks and fire their own employees. So
it's a shit show.
It's awful. So yeah, fuck everything is the whole point of the podcast.
I got my vaccine at fucking Walmart.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did.
Because they were literally the only ones who could pull it off.
And now I just have this insatiable thirst for everyday low prices. Thank you so much for tuning in. Everything sucks is the podcast today.
It's put some brands you guys are loyal to down in the comments.
Smash that like button if you're a corporate whore.
And it's like the word consumers, right?
Yeah.
It's disgusting.
One like equals one consumerism, and you can support it.
I mean, like, I work in retail.
Yeah.
I am literally a cog in the problem.
I did for years, man. That was my life for a long time. Man. Let us know how the audio sounds to you. I'll be editing it, so I'll know as well. But let us know if you like it.
Yeah, let us know about the thing that we listened to 1,000,000 times before you guys ever fucking
and
it.
Also, here's a thing for you. If you stayed to the end and you're hearing this, then you know what's going on at the beginning because we didn't film an intro. Because again, we have a crap camera with crap quality, and we're just fucking frustrated with it. I'm fucking frustrated with it.
We didn't do it.
And so, but I'm going to put up a picture of some baby armadillos.
So you guys are going to know.
If you stayed till the end, you listen to the whole thing, you know what the baby armadillos are about, and you can...
What are they about?
You can know...
They're not about anything. You're just saying at the end that you put armadillos at the beginning.
And you can now at the begin. You can put in the comments...
Listen to the podcast backwards.
I know Dems Dillos doing. I know what Dillos are doing.
Put in the yes.
Put in the comments.
Put in the comments. I know what Dems Dillos is doing.
And we'll know that you stayed for the whole time, and we'll like your comment, and you get a little love from us. Is what we'll do.
That's dope. I like that. Do that. Everybody have a good time. I hope you enjoyed the episode.
Take care. Be safe and eat at Arby's. Sponsored by meat.
But not like the meat.
Oh god.
Meat can actually sponsor something.
Oh, that'd be cool.
It would be disgusting. Hi, I'm Meat and I support Arby's, which is counterintuitive.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Bye. Bye-bye.
Goodbye again.
Push the mic up.
Oh.
Prolapse.